Welcome to Branded Podcast. I'm your host, Branded. I'm your host, Brandon Peddle. This is my special guest. Again, you heard him on the audio clip.
Daniel, what's going on?
Daniel
Sheen.
That's right, Mr. Sheen. So, we're going to start the show off with talking about the Leafs.
Fucking loser.
Not the Bears. We don't need that negativity on here, so you got to calm down. The game.
Come on, how can you not call them the losers?
The game didn't go very well.
4 unanswered goals.
Yeah.
4 unanswered goals. Like, what is that?
So, tell me, the Leafs, they were up 3-0 at one point.
Yeah. Good hustle.
Looking good even after the first goal at the end of the second there for Tampa Bay Lightning. The Leafs still looked in control. Like, I mean, it didn't look like the wheels were falling off yet. They were wobbling a little bit. But, so, what went wrong in this game? They lost 4-3 Tampa Bay after being up 3-0.
They let out. They had a 3-goal lead and they let out. And you can't do that with a number one team like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, like for the most part, they looked like they had Tampa right where they needed to keep them. Like they had them by the throat.
Yeah.
So what could they have done to put a stop to that? Like, I mean, why the hell did it all fall?
Gardner.
What's that?
Get rid of Gardner.
Well, it wasn't only him. I mean, Hainsey, Riley were on the ice for 3 goals against.
Riley there.
So that's not good. You take Gardner out of that equation. Gardner was only on for 1 of those goals. So as weird as it is to say that, I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying that's the weird stats. He didn't play well either. But Riley and Hainsey were on the ice for most of the time for most of the goals. And, yeah, I mean, you go into the third period looking like a fucking gem. Like you're going to take out the number one team in the conference.
They could have stopped the bleeding too. But that second goal.
And, I mean, I don't know if it's just me from looking at the bench, but it didn't look like there was enough urgency from the coaching.
No, if I was
let alone the players.
I would have thrown my clipboard at a couple.
Yeah, like there. I mean, I don't know if he'd get away with that, but you know, maybe for the money. Yeah, maybe for the money he gets paid, he can pay off his legal bills after that.
I would have.
But I mean,
would have walked up to every player that was fucking up and smack him in the back of the head.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't look happy.
I would have been smacking DJ upside the head too.
Tell us why. Why would you smack him?
Well, because he's the defensive coach and he didn't do nothing to get the defense going.
Exactly.
And everybody left Anderson
he's basically
to hang.
Yeah, he's basically the assistant coach, like the right hand man. Yet
and like Babcock can only do so much, but when it comes down to the defensive
he's
plays,
the head coach.
I know, but when it comes down to the defensive plays, it comes down to Mr. DJ there.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's when if things aren't working. All 3 of those coaches, the head coach and the assistant coaches,
if I was back,
come together on that bench and say, okay, we gotta stop the bleeding right now. Like we cannot let this team blow this game.
Yeah, I would have sent DJ to the locker room, said pack your bags, we'll see you out in Nashville, and I would have taken control.
I hear what you're saying. I don't know how well that would go. You probably send Twitter into a friggin' frenzy over that if all the Leafs fans.
Yeah, but how many fans would actually enjoy to see that?
They get a kick out of it.
When your defensive coach isn't doing his defensive job, you send him packing.
Well, that's when you want to see him on the bench, like giving them shit.
Yeah,
like
but you didn't. You saw
and you see them calm and
just.
I get the coaches don't want to panic. They don't want to overreact. But you got to understand, there's like 8 or 9 games left till the playoffs. We have 8 games left, and that's it.
Great coach for the Leafs.
Are you ready for this? Okay, go ahead.
I'm quizzing you on it.
Who
do you think I'm thinking of?
Well, I know one of the best coaches for the Leafs.
Who was that?
Pat Quinn was one of the best.
That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, it's good. I was worried he was going to
top if the Leafs weren't playing properly.
Yeah. I was worried he was maybe going to go with Ron Wilson.
Yeah, good old Stoner Ronnie there.
No offense, Ronnie boy. You know, we know you're a little moody and you didn't enjoy the way the Leafs played.
Good luck where you are, buddy.
They didn't give you a fair shake, and hopefully you're feeling well after your stroke. We heard about that. Yes. So it's definitely never something you want to hear in any community, hockey community included. We did have many games where we were swearing your name because we didn't think you were the right fit for the team.
That is very true.
But, sir, we hope you're in good health. We hope you're feeling a lot better, and best wishes. Yeah. So, moving on.
You know who I don't miss? Mr. Carlisle.
Randy Carlisle. And he's coaching the Anaheim Ducks right now.
Yeah.
They're doing all right. I mean, they're not guaranteed. I don't believe they're guaranteed a playoff spot. Gotta get my trusty statistician out. We don't have Scott Carson. We have cell phones. It's the day and age, right, guys? So I just want to double check.
Technology.
I just want to double check the standings before I open my big mouth and say where the Anaheim Ducks sit, because I'm not 100% sure. I'm more in Leafs land over here with my best friend. We're obviously the huge Leaf fans.
Yeah.
We're a little biased, but we're trying our best not to let that cloud our judgment for this episode.
We're about just hockey talk.
We're biased, but we're also realistic, and we want to give you viewpoints on, you know, all the possibilities, good teams, the teams to watch out for, who you think's going to actually win, not just who we want to
watch for the night.
So, standings as it is right now, Toronto didn't creep up at all, didn't gain any ground on Tampa or Boston because as you know, they shit the bed.
Yeah.
So
shit the bed's an understatement.
this isn't on family friendly radio, so we're allowed to say shit the bed. So don't give me shit for that, okay? Just let it go. Yes, Phil, talking about you. Come on now. Stick with it.
I don't know you, Phil.
I don't think he's a big sports guy, but he's more of a tech gadget. He's very smart, good professor. I don't mind bonus marks for that. I'm not trying to pad it too much, but yeah. Anyways, moving on before I keep buttering up the camera.
Yeah. So we're a little brown on your nose there.
Yeah, we're looking at standings here. So yeah, Anaheim, they're in 8th place right now. So
they are in a playoff spot.
No, that's not even the case unless barely. Yeah. So let's see. Dallas is 2 points behind them, and St. Louis is 3.
Now,
so Calgary, they're only 6 points out, but they're screwed. Like the way they're going, they're free falling in a hurry.
Yeah, Calgary,
and they're showing their true colors that they're not.
Like
a
what is going on
team.
with these Canadian teams? Like seriously,
I know Montreal's not doing well, and this guy can't get over it. He's crying every night, trying to get some sleep. He can't do it.
Keep doing what you're doing, Montreal.
He has the nightmares, and he keeps sitting there saying, "Oh les habitants, oh les habitants." It's like, dude, just get over it.
Says this.
He hates Montreal, so I'm just fucking with it. What were you gonna say? See, that we shouldn't be saying. That's different.
Listen, you can say fuck, but you can't say dick fuck.
No, that's
double dick.
DS, like what you said, that's different. That refers to like what you do in your spare time. We're not going down that road. That's a little
isn't fucking something.
It's a little prejudice, but I'm just saying F word is frustration, you're pissed off, whatever. That's different. We can get away with that.
You frustrated me, so
just no more DS, no more. I'm gonna have to cut that out in editing or beep it out. I've never had to beep anything out in my shows, or thanks to this gentleman, this potty mouth, we're gonna have to do that.
Listen, you complained last time that I wasn't cursing enough.
Cursing, yeah, but you gotta watch it. No, we can't be racist. We can't be, you know what I mean? We can't do stuff racist like that. No, but we can't discriminate either. Like we can't.
I'm not discriminating either.
A DS, what you said, that's a little bit of a gray area, and we want to stay out of that gray area. Let's stay in the blue where we're safe. Okay. So, anyways,
Leafs not even keeping us safe.
Well, not the Leafs anyhow, but yeah. So I'm still looking at my phone. I'm still in the zone. So here at Tampa,
sharing, blue and white. Thanks
to the Leafs, Tampa's at 104 tonight. They've clinched a playoff spot the other day, actually, but I mean they're up even further on Boston, 5 points. They're up. Oh my lord, 7. They're up 11 on Toronto. Sorry, my math's not very good. He can vouch for that. I'm terrible at math. Took grade 10 math 3 times. 3 times, and that wasn't because I loved the friggin' teachers. One of them were super hot, but that's not why.
Which one?
It's because I sucked at math. You didn't know her. She went to Anderson Collegiate there in Whitby. Okay. But anyhow, back to standings before I get all nuts here.
I was gonna say, if you thought McNamara was hot, then
no, she is more.
Checked.
What was that old movie with the witches, you know? What was that called? She was more like that. She reminded me of that. If you ever see this, Hocus fucking Pocus. If you ever see this, Miss McDonnell, I'm sorry. Apologize, but...
Come on, you really think she's going to listen to our podcast?
Probably not. But you're not our type, that's all we're saying. You were looking more like the witches of Eastwick or something, so... Or Hocus fucking Pocus.
She had super hearing.
And you didn't, yeah, your hearing was wickedly sharp. We could hardly utter the F word under our breath without getting
office. What?
You almost when you looked at us, you almost smacked us right in the face. Just with a look.
Mr. Peddle, yeah, Mr. Burgess.
Okay, anyway, we're getting off topic here. We're not talking about math teachers. Fuck math teachers. And kids aren't seeing this.
And that's why he's doing podcasts.
Exactly. I don't have the good table manners for a classroom environment sometimes, so this is what the podcast is for. And don't tell me you can't swear on a podcast. Yes, you can. It's on Sirius Satellite Radio, or it's a rated R version, whatever. This is going to be rated
We're not on
R
Sirius
everything.
yet, so
But no.
when we get on Sirius, that's what
Anyhow, let's get back on hockey for a minute here. So behind Tampa, you have Boston. So chances are Boston's not catching Tampa, because I think Tampa's going to keep pace just enough to stay ahead of them. They're going to be neck and neck, finish 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Toronto's not jumping either one of those teams, because I don't think defensively we have it together right now to do that.
No.
So when I say the Boston Bruins in the first round for the Toronto Maple Leafs, what worries you the most out of that sentence? Defense.
It's
Like-
not goaltending. It's not scoring.
Say if the season
defense.
Say if the season ended today and we were facing Boston in 2 days, would you be worried?
Oh yeah, I would say we're not even getting past the first round. I'd say we out in 4.
And I mean, it's sad because the first 2 periods of tonight's game, it looked like, okay, we're getting on the
This
right
is a
track.
solid team. This is a team that's gonna go somewhere.
I mean, there were very little mistakes.
The defense just
There were very little mistakes in the first 2 periods. I mean, some good saves by Andy, and by Andy I mean Anderson or Freddie, whatever you want to call him, Steady Freddie, Andy, whatever. Andy Anderson, that's one of mine. It's not caught on yet with the public, but let me get behind the camera first, like this. But yeah, I mean, you have Anderson, but no offense, you need defense. You can't hinge all your hopes on him.
You can't have a good goalie
It's not fair to just have goaltending and
and
that's it.
expect the goalie to carry the team when your defense does nothing for you. Like, obviously our offense has got it going. Like, even without good old Matthews, we're still doing pretty good. Like, JVR on his streak right now, 7 goals in the last 4 games. That's ridiculous.
He's lighting it up. He's getting the job done every
But-
chance possible. So
But your goal scorers and your goaltender can only do so much if the defense isn't doing anything. And something's got to give.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
Like, I'm physically tired from watching that game.
sweating like a hooker in a church, basically right now. Are we allowed to say that? I don't know. I'm not discriminating against hookers. That's what you want to do. Go for it.
But that sounds like something that you're discriminating about.
Well, anyway, scratch that. We're gonna beep that out and post that or whatever. Post whatever the hell you want to call it. In post, I'll get rid of that in post.
There
Maybe
you go.
either that or I'll get in shit from my professor, but we'll see. I'm new to this, guys. Like, I mean, if you put me on the air and tell me I cannot swear, that's different. If it's my reputation, my job on the
I
line.
want to hear you on air.
Dude, come to the school. I've never sworn on radio. You're too worried about remembering all your details, hitting all your marks, saying everything you need to say, keeping on track with the timing. I mean, there's so much. I saw that. There's so much going on when you're on the air. Whereas here we're in a friendly environment. We're shooting the shit. We're frustrated Leafs fans, so there's gonna be some swear words. Phil, if you're a Leafs fan, then you understand. If not, then read about it. We've suffered for a very long time. We were in a very big Stanley Cup drought of like 51
now
years.
He's just assuming that you're not a fan of something
If
else.
you are a
You're
fan.
probably a fan of something else. And
Technology.
Understand.
He's a fan of technology.
okay, well, technology can be frustrating, and then
And technology is
related to
good,
that,
though, because
you can't understand.
we get high definition hockey, 4K hockey. Fucking love technology. Anyways, moving on. I gotta wipe the brown off a little bit here. It's enough of that. We gotta.
Speaking about
stick to the
JVR,
topic.
do you think he's going to re-sign?
Honestly, I think there's a good chance that it will happen. But in order for that to happen, I believe they're going to look at what they have right now and say, okay, we want JVR. We can't afford to lose by the end of this year, maybe 36 goals, maybe 38, maybe 40. I doubt 40 because he's not. Chances are he's going to. Chances are no. I'm just saying. Chances are he's going to have a little bit of a rut. But I mean, he's on pace for 40,
Yeah.
and there's only 8 games left or whatever it is in their schedule, right? So yeah. I mean, look here, 73 games. So yeah, there's 9 games left if this is accurate, right? If it's updated, so 9 games left in the schedule. He could very likely hit 40 goals.
Even if he gets one
But-
goal for the next 7 games,
If I were the Toronto Maple Leafs, I would not want him to hit 40 because once he hits 40 and hits a career high, are you ever paying this young man? Are you ever? You might as well just let him sit in the room clicking on the fucking money button and keep printing it off and just
that's all he's doing. Right?
yeah. I mean, right now he's just lighting it up. His skate, like he's money in the bank, and he's fucking increasing his dollar amount every game, every goal, he's just unreal. And he's even been chipping in his own end. He's been, he's been trying
He's
to
a
be
really good player, and I've said it since day one when we got him that he was a good player. But
Well-
yeah, he's had his mess ups and he's had his bad games, but you know what player
Well,
doesn't?
And the thing is, he's got soft hands, which is good in front of the net and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's why you see the giveaways sometimes, or you see that he's not as hard on the puck. That's why, because there's so much skill and it's finesse. He's not like your hard, gritty forward,
Yes,
right?
But I have enjoyed the last few games where he has been throwing himself. in
Well,
front of
2
the net.
goals tonight, 2 the other night, 3 against friggin' Dallas. Like, I mean,
That was a good game.
JVR and McElhinney were the majority of the reason that game they even won that game. Marlowe, don't take that away. He tipped it in front of the net, but yeah, I mean,
JVR was on fire that night.
there's so many ups and downs being a hockey fan, especially a Toronto Maple Leafs hockey fan.
We're saying that with hoping and reevaluating the team and everything. How do you make room for him? How do you keep him staying?
Well, it's simple, really. I mean, you have to look at players like Bozak, Komarov, people like that. Maybe even like Carrick and stuff. I wouldn't get rid of Carrick because I kind of like what he has.
No, I would.
He's shaky at times,
Komarov.
but I think Carrick's going to get better. Each year's going to get better. So Komarov, probably him or Bozak
How
would
old's
go.
Komarov now?
It's not that old. Isn't that probably early? Like, I don't even know if he's 30 yet. Like, he may be, but it'd be early 30s. I'm not saying he can't still contribute and be a good part of the
No,
team.
I'm not saying that, but like
But he's
where the
injured right
Leafs-
now, unfortunately.
And
but-
where the Leafs are going, they want more of a younger team.
yeah,
and
I don't think Komarov fits into their long-term plans.
I think Komarov should go.
And Bozak,
And
I don't think Bozak fits into the grand scheme of things because, yeah, he's still keeping up while he's fucking fantastic shootout goal scorer. Great one-on-one, guy hands like you wouldn't believe, accurate shot, great on the face-off. So, yeah, you keep him if you can. But if you had to lose someone, I think it's going to be
Those two should go.
one of those 2 guys.
or the pair.
Maybe with the mix of some prospects or like people that maybe aren't working out, or you may see Levo.
Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner. I don't think, honestly, as much as they should try to get something for Gardner or try to swing a deal with, say, Bozak and Gardner for like a mid-level defenseman or some kind of package where you can get a defenseman that looks like he's got good promise and that he may fit into the type of team we have, right? Young and
Yeah.
fast. But the problem is when we have young and fast, you also have dangerous turnovers and careless plays, and
Like
especially
Luke Shen.
defensively. But
No
tonight,
offense, Shen, I do love you,
but what he's saying is there's a reason you're on Arizona Coyotes, not Toronto Maple Leafs right now.
yeah, we had.
You're
to,
slow and you've
Well, not when he first came out. He was
Yeah.
fast. He
nailing people, fighting
human
people.
eraser, but there was a lot of turnovers.
The next year, he was more like the human sloth. Like it wasn't.
I didn't say it.
He wasn't really a force. I'm not gonna say if you were here now and in my face, I'd probably shit myself. But still, I mean, compared to what we need, you didn't fit in. Same with like Fanuff and I. This guy loves Fanuff, by the way.
Yeah, biggest pylon fan right
You
here.
should see the tattoo he has of it. Of
Yeah,
Fanuff.
it's on my ass.
Number 3 for life. For life. No one's that stupid. I don't even think his wife would do that. I wouldn't. I'd like his money, but I mean, still.
Hey, I was a big Fanuff supporter when he was in Calgary.
Before his last season there,
Yeah, before his last season.
we all know how that went.
That shot that he had.
But yeah, like I mean, you even look. Say, let's go back to the standings for a minute. You even look at the standings now. You have Washington crawling behind Toronto. So if Toronto's not careful, they may not even face. If they slip out of third, they're going to face someone else.
Yeah.
It's a different look altogether. I'm not sure who they would face then. Maybe Pittsburgh, I believe. Yeah, I think it would be 4 and 5. So I think Washington and Pittsburgh or something like that. So maybe a better matchup on paper, or so you think. But honestly, if you think you have something to prove, like if you have something to prove, and like the Leafs do have a lot to prove, And I mean,
Like,
they have a lot to make up for the collapses and stuff like that. So if they want to success in any like coming series, or say for this year example, or say this year for example, rather, that they want to get to the second or third round. Yeah, if you face a team like Columbus or Pittsburgh, you may be lucky enough to get past them. But Pittsburgh, you may not, because, I mean, look at the last 2 years. Even when they're down, they're not out. So, I mean, any of those teams, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Boston, Tampa, you have to take them seriously. Obviously, the dangerous top two would be Tampa and Boston. But if you want to be the best, or you want to get there, you got to beat the best. You want a first round. Ideally, yeah, you'd like for Boston or Tampa to play someone else and get beat up, and then when you meet them, you're still healthy and in the game, and so maybe that's what will happen. Who knows? Maybe Washington will steal that spot.
I think
but
if the Leafs keep going the way they are, that's definitely going to happen.
Washington's only 2 points behind.
If they can smarten up.
I'd much rather the Leafs build momentum and stay in their spot and stay solid. Like, go into that playoff spot on a winning streak, not what's been going on, stumbling and a win and a shitty loss. And you want them to keep up the momentum, right? You want to get a good
I get it,
the
but
playoffs.
we had a good 4-game streak going now, and then look what we did. We just shot the bed against Tampa.
Yeah.
You really want to get a 4-game streak going and then go into the playoffs and face Boston and shit the bed?
No, but I mean, you got to look at the fact that some of those wins they didn't even deserve to win. Like, it was, the majority of it was good goaltending and timely scoring.
Of course it was goaltending.
I mean, like they said, 10 of the last 11 games or whatever it was, or 11 of the last 13, Freddie's given up at least 3 goals or more. I don't blame that on him. I blame that on very poor defense for the most part.
Poor defense.
So you've got to look at like timely scoring and great saves. Like, I mean, that's a big reason why they've had some of these little streaks lately. But I want like a bona fide winning streak where you're going into the playoffs strong. Go in there strong. Don't go in there like you're going in now, where you're winning 4 and then you're tripping over and falling on your face. And look, you're trying to gain respect, but at the same time, you play like tonight and you belly flop in the third. It doesn't look good.
You look like you deserve
and
to belong.
Boston's probably sitting right now licking their chops, thinking, "Oh my God, we get to face these idiots again." But I hope we get the last laugh, because we are a much better team this time around. It's just, unfortunately, right now we're not playing like it.
You know what?
That's the scary part.
And everybody's got to keep in mind too. It's still a young team. You know, we can't put it all on poor hockey. They're still learning. They're still.
Yeah, but you can't deny the defense is not.
No,
doing
I
well
do.
enough.
I do admit the defense sucks, but
We've
again,
seen
I'm
them
saying
better than that. We've seen it.
yes, it's definitely better than tonight's game.
And I mean, we've seen it in like a 3-4 game sample, 3-4 set of games where they played a lot better defense. But then for some reason, that fell off, whether that was due to injuries or changes in the lineup. I mean, whatever the case, they had to figure it out.
And come on, DJ. You can do better too, buddy.
Yeah,
It's up to you too.
There's only 9 games left, but I mean, at the same time, you got to look at, we still have 9 games left to get our game where it needs to be, to tune it up and, you know, to fine-tune our game and fix the little details that are going to get you killed in the playoffs if you don't adjust.
Like defense.
Yeah, and I mean, there's time. There's still time, but they need to have a meeting, a team meeting, or a coaches meeting where they're all on the same page, and they need to go, okay, what can we do to get these guys going, to get our team playing as a team, playing for one another, fighting their tails off every single night. I mean, that's what's got to happen.
We should get DJ Smith to rewatch his Memorial Cup run.
Yeah, I mean, OHL champs, Memorial Cup champs. Their team was absolutely stacked, but I mean, the Leafs have a lot of talent.
A lot of talent.
Even if you don't like the Leafs, you can't fucking tell me they're not a good team or they don't have massive amount of depth, and that they do. It's just, unfortunately, defensively they're thin. They're I wouldn't say so much as thin, but fragile. It seems like no matter what combination they have in there or whatever, it's not good enough right now. So they need to figure it out. Just do whatever you have to do to change that up.
Okay. So
Guess what? Good news.
What's that?
Montreal Canadiens. Focus. Montreal Canadiens are officially eliminated from the playoffs. Cha-ching. At least that changes our mood for the night, you know. And they're ahead of Ottawa, but like, how is Montreal eliminated ahead of Ottawa and Ottawa's not? But the difference is, I think it probably goes by division for that, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that.
So yeah, you look, even in division they're ahead of Ottawa. But Like, I don't understand that. Less games in hand, I guess. So if Ottawa
Yeah,
if Ottawa loses one more, we're probably done.
for sure.
So after tonight, right? But yeah, so those teams eliminated. Buffalo obviously eliminated. They're garbage. No offense to all the
Which
fans.
they used to be.
Oh my God! Like that's what a crying shame. The Chicago Blackhawks are
Eliminated.
mathematically officially eliminated. Stanley Cup champions of 2015, 3 seasons ago. Playoff contenders last year before they met their match in Nashville and got swept.
See, and like
Didn't
that's,
score a goal on
that's
home
what I
ice.
hope doesn't happen to the Leafs. Like they build this wicked team, and then all of a sudden, 3 years later,
Well, honestly, I could live with it if we won the Stanley Cup, but that's what I'm worried about. What I think my partner here is saying is we're worried that they won't even get the Cup. They'll have great seasons and good playoff runs, but fall short and then go back downhill again.
don't want another slump
Like
that.
look at baseball, for example. Look at the Blue Jays. Look how long the teams have waited, like 20 years or whatever it was to make the playoffs. Make the playoffs back-to-back years, go almost all the way.
Almost.
Last year they crapped the bed. This year they're probably going to be just as bad. They may be a little better, but pitching looks half decent. The rotation, bullpen, I'm not sure. I mean, the team just looks uncertain. It doesn't look like it's a valid threat like the Yankees. But we're going to bring it back in and come back to hockey.
back to the hockey.
But that's my point. We don't want to have that way with the Leafs again. We've gone through enough. We want them to keep building and getting better, which I think they are. They're on pace for a better finish.
Yeah,
than
they're
last
definitely
season.
they're definitely better than last year and the year before that and the year before that. But
as
we'll
usual,
we'll see what it brings.
what keeps happening with the Leafs? No matter, they are getting better. The points are getting better. Stuff like that. They're gaining experience. But what continues to be the biggest problem? The last 2 seasons.
And they're
Exactly.
they
And
need their defense better.
if they can't, how much better do they have to really play? Just a little more effort. Put in solid effort. Even if you're not the best defenseman on the ice, you have a solid goaltender behind you. As long as you're if you're getting in the way, block the shot. Or poke the puck away. Do something. Don't
Just
screen
stand like a
him.
statue in front of them.
No, and don't move out of the way and go to cover someone else that your partner on defense already has covered.
Like that
Or
four
3
players
guys.
in the
Yeah.
fucking side.
4
That
guys
was
on the
just
one
stupid.
side of the ice, one
was
guy on
stupid.
the other, wide open, bam, kiss the game goodnight. Kiss the game goodbye.
And he didn't even see Buddy coming in. The one guy on his own.
No, I mean, he...
To the last second.
Yeah.
Technically it's not his fault because there shouldn't have been 4 players in the corner there. But
And that's where the puck was. So that's where his eyes were.
yeah,
He was
he was more focused over there. He
look what's
wasn't
going
thinking
on.
about the guy that's coming
By
in.
the time it comes back, you should have backup. You should have 2
He
guys
should
on
be reading
that
the play
side.
properly.
Yeah, you should have 2 guys on that side at least. So his defenseman didn't do his job, but unfortunately Freddie didn't read the play. He didn't know, I guess he didn't realize that trailer was coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that play, check it out. You'll realize it'd be very hard for him to save that to begin with. Stay in the frame here, my friend. Stay in the frame. But yeah, anyway, so we covered a few of those. So what else?
Getting away from the Leafs.
Yeah.
How
So
about the Vegas?
Leafs crazy, but let's go. Yeah, Vegas.
Vegas.
Brand new franchise. Killing it.
I am a Leafs fan, but I want to see Vegas take the cup this year.
So if you had to pick, you're telling me you'd pick Vegas over the
I would
Leafs?
save. No.
Okay, good. Don't say that because I don't fucking do that.
The thing is,
But realistically.
the Leafs are not going to do it this year.
No, exactly.
So if I was to pick anybody to win it,
So listen
It's
to
Vegas.
negative Nelly there. If the Leafs win, he's gonna look so stupid. So, well, I don't think he's gonna have to worry about that. Let's just face it.
I can
But
put $100 down, and they ain't winning the
I'd
cup this year.
fucking, oh my god, I would cry. I'd be so happy. I'd bawl my eyes out like a little baby.
If they won the cup, you know what the plan is.
Like the Vegas lead the Western Pacific Division or whatever it was. West Pacific. That's weird. Western Pacific Division. Vegas are
Yeah, I don't
top
get
of
this,
that.
all this shit anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like you look now, they're still in 3rd place. They're only 1 point behind Winnipeg. They're probably not going to catch Nashville because they're on a tear, and
Yeah.
Nashville has the Leafs next.
Nashville's scared.
Unless the Leafs
But-
pull a rabbit out of the hat, we could get killed in that game. I hope not. Hopefully, it's like tonight's game, but continual 60-minute full game effort, not 40 minutes.
Give up a 40-minute mark.
Don't go into 3rd thinking you're all cocky and you've got the game wrapped up. Oh, well, we saw tonight how that friggin' ends. But yeah, I mean, you got Nashville, Winnipeg, and Vegas, the top 3
we
in the
got back
West.
to the Leafs. We're talking about Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I'm bringing it back to that. Top
It's
3 in
a
the West.
storybook.
97 points for a fucking expansion team.
Yeah.
And they're not done yet. They still
first
have
season.
games. They still have 10 games. Pardon me, 10 games left.
Yeah, they could definitely catch.
They're going to be over 100 points for sure, like guaranteed. And oh, sorry, and no, they're winning tonight, so they have 9 games left. They're 4-0 against Canucks. So unless the crappy Canucks, no offense, Vancouver,
come out and pull out
unless
5 goals.
those pathetic, poor bastards come out and score 5 goals in the
You know
third.
what? You can't beat on the Canucks too much though.
You like the Canucks, I don't, so
Listen.
I'll beat it up all day. I don't like them, so I
They
don't
are
care.
the Western version of us.
That's not good. Look how terrible they are. I don't want to be the Eastern Conference.
I know, but I'm just
version
saying.
of them.
Look at them. They're just a West Coast version
Oh
of
my
us.
lord, Chicago lost tonight, so that's why they got eliminated. Who?
Yeah.
Boy. Nah. Nah. Holy crap. I can't believe it. Okay. Anyways, what else we got to cover here, my man? We're off the Leafs here. We're on something else. Talking about Vegas. So, do you think it's possible, like, even given the great season they've had so far, they're going to finish likely upward in like 106, 108 points or so? Or it could be more. They've got 9 games left after tonight. So, do you think Vegas could actually win the Stanley Cup this year?
They're on track to do it.
That's not what I asked you.
Do I think they can win the cup? Yes, I do.
Okay, so I like that answer.
My prediction is it's going to be Vegas versus Pittsburgh, and it's not going to be a P3.
Pittsburgh.
But that was my prediction.
Mark my fucking words. Pittsburgh is not going to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. It's the worst accent ever. Mark my words. Pittsburgh's not going back to Stanley Cup Finals this year.
Well,
if they do,
on our last podcast,
if they do, I will buy a Pittsburgh jersey, and I will wear that bad boy proudly around town. I'll bandwagon it, even though I don't want to. I'm a Leafs fan. I don't want to really.
Well, you can
I don't want to waddle across Oshawa for 3-peat Stanley Cup champions. I'll be fucking impressed if
listen.
they do.
Our last podcast, I said it was Vegas versus Pittsburgh. This now I'm
I'm
thinking.
going to check through that because I don't think that's what you said.
I'm pretty sure it
I think
was.
you said Vegas someone else, but I don't think it was Pittsburgh. I think we both agreed Pittsburgh wasn't going to make it that far. Maybe like a second or third round tops.
No, I said the Leafs were to make it to a second round.
I'm going to check that out later, guys, because I don't think
I'm
Pittsburgh
pretty
was in
sure
that.
I said Vegas and Pittsburgh.
This young
and
man-
Vegas was going to beat them.
This young man had Vegas in the finals, but I think it was against someone else. I don't think it was Pittsburgh, right? So, but we'll see. We may be.
Either way.
We're updating our predictions right now, so
Yeah, well, of course we are. We're getting closer to the playoff starts. We're looking at the stats.
Washington Capitals, what do you think their odds are? Poor Ovi. I don't think it's getting done again this year.
Ovi's not doing it this year, unfortunately.
'Cause
I actually
unfortunately-
like Ovechkin. I
Goaltending,
really do.
goaltending doesn't look as strong this season for Washington as it did in the past. Especially when they get in the playoffs, it usually goes downhill a bit. But their defense isn't strong enough in the playoffs. They don't come together as a team strong enough, like for a strong enough push in the playoffs. That's a problem.
They all. I'm gonna
So,
say.
Washington
but
probably
they all lean on Ovi.
Yeah, and Washington, so it's Ovi and Holtby. If that's not
Yeah.
working, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So they don't. So Washington, that's a no.
No, Washington's a no.
Pittsburgh, maybe.
Maybe, but with seeing the stats lately.
Well, okay, we'll start with Stanley Cup Finals at least. So Pittsburgh, you think it's Stanley Cup Finals?
No, I changed that. That's what I'm saying. I'm updating.
Let's say he's
Last
fucking
one.
updating on the go when
No.
like holy
Listen,
crap.
I was saying, the first podcast, I said Vegas and Pittsburgh.
He didn't, and I'm gonna fucking review that tape because I guarantee that's not what he said. He said Vegas, but not Pittsburgh. Anyways, let's move on.
Anyways, I just said it wasn't a 3-P. They weren't winning the third cup this year. But regardless, Vegas versus Tampa Bay. That is going to be the finals.
And if that's the case, go Vegas because
Go Vegas.
I'll bandwagon that. I'll even wear a mascot outfit like their mascot, whatever the hell his name is.
No, I won't go that
Dragon
far,
or
but I will definitely buy a jersey.
Yeah, well, their jersey, man. I buy that even before season started. That is sharp. That's a beautiful. That might give the Chicago Blackhawks a running for their jersey, and that's a nice jersey. What do you think is the best part of that jersey? Crisp. It's very sweet, man.
I just think it's a good mixture of colors.
What does it for me, I think, yeah, like you said, you have the gray and then the black and stuff like that, but I think it's the gold that just finishes it.
I think it's
tops
the
it right
gold
off.
off the black. The black.
It looks
pushes
so
off
sharp.
the gold.
It's true Vegas nature. I mean, the gold, the money, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Everything shines as gold. So Yeah, it's one of the best jerseys. I think that's the second best jersey in the league behind Chicago, because Chicago is more the tradition does a lot of it for Chicago, right? I mean, the color doesn't hurt. The color of the feathers, all that stuff, it represents so much. Vegas, I think they're going to give them a run for their money for that jersey. If we put it to a vote right now, I think it would end up top two would be Chicago and Vegas would be top two jerseys. Leafs would probably be about third. That's what I think right now. No, seriously, Chicago's is voted number one jersey of all time for hockey. Last two times.
I want to see these stats.
I want to see that fucking tape where you pretend that Pittsburgh's in the finals, because that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I'm 99.99%.
And you know what's fucking funny, guys?
Versus Pittsburgh.
You know what's funny?
And it wasn't going to happen for Pittsburgh because everybody's going on about the 3P. And the 3P, I am sorry, is not going to happen.
No, it's not. But
it is not going to happen.
And what's not going to happen is you proved me right that you said Pittsburgh finals last podcast is bullshit. I have it on my computer, so
go bust up the laptop right now.
Okay, you hang in there. He's going to little chat for you. I'll give him the page so he knows what's coming up, what we've missed, or what we haven't talked about. Oh, buddy, this is going to be sweet. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be such a fucking... I'm going to be so nervous.
You'll be an asshole.
All right. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see who's the asshole, you or me.
Well, I think we're both assholes, but that's beside the point. But in this situation, yeah, I got it. But let's see. Let's try this podcast, see what we're... Might have to wean through it a little bit.
Yeah.
Should probably get my headphones.
While he figures this out.
Yeah, but you're supposed to speak with them. You're supposed to, I give you the paper. Like, come on.
Oh, hold on. I'm checking up on the stats
you're
right now.
co-host. Get in there. When I drop the ball, you pick it up and run with it there, big fella. Like a Toronto Raptor.
You're getting marked for this, not me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still needs to be good, right? It's got to be comical, but we still got to take it seriously to a certain degree. He's like, I don't take this seriously. Okay, podcast. Where is my mother effing podcast?
Why are you bleeping it out now?
This guy's checking friggin' stats, and you guys are looking at two dumbasses not even giving you any information. Like, I'm sorry, guys.
We do love you guys.
But it's going to be so sweet and worth it if I prove him wrong. So just bear with me. If I'm wrong, it's even better because you're going to fucking laugh at how dumb I am. So we'll see. Either way, it's a win-win. For the fans, anyways. For the viewers, or for Phil, or whoever watches this. If it's in class, you're going to have to bleep the hell out of it. I think you're going to run out of censors for that. So what was I looking for again? Podcast. That's right. Let's get to it. Come on, man. Get the stats. Get going. They're waiting. They're patiently waiting, and you're just...
Oh, I'm just looking. I'm looking who they're trying to say who's the Venza.
Oh, the Vezina
yeah.
candidates? Yeah, so you probably got...
Right now they're saying Matt Murray, Carey Price.
Matt Murray's not going to fucking...
Braden Holtby.
Are you sure that's not from last year? Because Holtby and Murray aren't doing very good this year. So that might be... You might want to check the date just in case. Because you're probably looking at Vasilevsky, Pekka Rinne, and I'm not sure who else.
I was going to say...
Maybe Bob Brown
didn't make any...
So far. No, it didn't make sense, did it?
No.
Like, I mean, those...
I'm like...
First three were like garbage.
Half these goalies are garbage right now.
Oh my god, I keep losing my train of thought. What the hell am I looking for? Podcast. All right. We need podcast with Danny. That's here somewhere, guys. I feel like a dumbass right now because I cannot find it at all. No. I don't know. I don't see it, buddy. What's going on here? Nope. Podcast. Oh, that's why. Wasn't all the way down. Oops. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sports fans. Welcome to the
Branded
Podcast.
Here we go.
I'd like to thank you for tuning in and taking time out of your busy day. Today we're going to look to the future. No, not that far. 2018 Stanley Cup. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Skip that
They don't
part.
know who you are. I'm not sure they know you.
This is proof that it's
who the
him.
hell I am, but go on.
Well, first of all...
See? Same voice. So he can't deny it if I'm right, and I can't deny it if he's right.
Yeah, follow hockey's just as much as any other guy, any real sports all the time.
So, As I'm sure you guys can gather from what we've said, even in the short couple minutes so in the show,
You could go over for it.
we're both avid Toronto Maple Leafs fans.
I was
so,
trying to make
we've
sure
always
I
been
don't go
the
too far.
captain.
Yeah, captain, my captain. No, I think if Boston lined up with us in first round.
Probably not swear, but we're allowed to say certain things because I hate Boston, so I know they can be good.
Don't we all?
I know they've been good at times, but
we
lately
love
they've
Brad
been very
Marchand.
bad. They've been hanging out Frederick Anderson
Love to
like a
hate
dirty
him.
towel on a fucking clothesline. Okay, I shouldn't have swore there. Or we'll give you $7-8 million.
He also gave Boston.
He was doing great until he got hurt.
We talked
Since
too
coming
much.
back, he hasn't been very good. And since him
you
and
gotta keep
Polak
him-
have been in former NHLer, Brian McCabe, yeah, no.
Oh, my Lord.
For long-term success and to help Anderson and that.
Sorry, guys.
To keep
Yeah,
him
we
there
could
and
bring
keep,
McCabe back.
Keep our playoff or our Stanley Cup hopes, in the near future. You need something like Drew Doughty, where and that's why you don't see a
It'd be nice
captain
to bring
right
in
now.
Drew Doughty.
So then I'm excited for what can happen.
You guys
Wait,
want
wait.
Doughty on the
Scares me
Leafs?
is Boston.
Come on, no doubts.
Yeah, but you
Let's
gotta
have
hate
Doughty.
You got to think who's going to come in the second round with us.
Yeah, but if you can get past a team that's so damn hot, like Boston or Tampa, and they reach out to our olive branch or whatever, extend their olive branch to us and give us sponsorship,
Come on, MGD, let's go.
we'll take it. Even if it's just
MGD.
cases of beer. We'd be doing this for beer. So we could,
I just do it for
so
one.
we could drink a lot. In Vegas, everybody thinks, oh yeah, it's kind of beginner's luck.
Oh, we
whatever.
might
Yeah,
be
we're looking
getting
at
to
that,
it.
but
How is this going this long? How are they in such a great spot first in the division if they're still in that spot since last time I checked?
Because
But I mean,
management had it right when they came in.
yeah, and
they started
They're
fresh.
doing incredible. They didn't pick up every. This guy's the best of the options we get. They picked the most solid players who they thought would be a good mix. to
I
play together
still
and
agree with it.
Who would give the best
They
effort.
did
They
everything
literally
right.
handed
that's
money
where-
and said put a team together.
John Carlson over 30 goals last year. Columbus, he shit the bed. He was terrible.
Yeah.
This year he's killing it. The top of the league for players for scoring and that. I mean, they have a chance.
Get to the point, boys.
They
Hurry
have
up.
a legitimate shot at
These two
winning.
guys,
Instead
they
of
talk
saying
way
three
too much.
Ps.
Arrogant, obnoxious,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
full of
that's where,
themselves.
sorry, guys.
Wouldn't you agree? Oh,
You
yeah,
guys can
fucking
waddle
assholes.
all the way into
talk
the
like they
playoffs
know
if
what
you
they're
want.
talking
We're in
about.
fifth place right now. They're a good team. Pardon my coughing. They're a good team, and they have a reasonable chance to do something good again. But
I know you're gonna fast
I
forward
think
this
you're
part.
looking at
It's not happening.
no. I think you're looking at probably a second round exit. So we'll see. I don't see them making a third round. If they make it a third round, then we'll talk about a three-peat.
See,
I don't
he
see
said
how
no
they-
three-peat there, that's
It's
one
not gonna
thing
happen, but if it does,
for the
I'm gonna look
Penguins,
dumbass,
but
then
he
you
didn't
can
say
You
finals
said-
yet.
and laugh at
No,
it.
you
So
said
until
before that
then,
too.
3P's not happening.
My partner agrees
See?
with me. Yeah, it's not gonna
Three
happen.
P's not happening.
No,
It
I
doesn't mean
Really
that I
impossible
didn't
for a
mean
team.
that they were in
No,
the
I know.
finals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. We're not there yet, so that's the first part.
You're the
So
one
we're
saying
getting
they're
close.
out
No, I
second.
know. But like here, we just said 3-piece
Dude,
out. But
that's not known since the day of
See.
like the New York Islanders went in
Or even
like
the
the
Oilers
dynasty or the
back in the
Oilers
80s.
dynasty. Exactly. Those teams, that's different. That doesn't happen anymore.
Sweating.
With the salary cap era of the NHL, you
Blah,
don't
blah,
see
blah.
that.
Blah,
You're
blah,
lucky
blah.
you see back to back. That was a shock for many people.
Yeah.
Let alone if that happens, that's gonna be worth the pain. It's gonna be worth the hassle, whatever. You're not gonna win it, and you get there, and you have to put me on the plate and be so damn close. I could taste the silver in my mouth of our Stanley Cup.
You gotta
Don't do that.
I think these guys really like to hear the sound of their own voice.
Yeah.
It's a young team.
Fucking
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
I
I will be
It's like two guys sitting down, doing a podcast, listening to himself on the fucking computer.
Sitting in the chair.
Can you imagine anything more sad in your life?
Like I would be
No,
crying.
I will be crying, but I'll be.
Damn it.
It'll also be tears of joy.
Yeah, but are you talking about the first strike, like Ed Bell 4 years, or goaltender interference? Like, I mean, you see a lot of weird shit to go on serious satellite radio because I don't think we're going on CBC or to the third round since, and it made us a little nervous.
We're not going to CBC
That was
or the
about
third
it.
round.
We knew it wasn't going to happen. Thank God. We were a little afraid, worried that we might have to go to school or work and.
Okay, so there's no definitive proof of if I said finals or not.
Going to the finals.
But I'm
Oh
saying,
my God, don't want to go down
In
that
this
road.
podcast, I was talking about them going to the finals and Vegas
But I mean,
taking them.
okay, guys, we got to head to a commercial break here.
You're the one who
Well
said.
past what we were
No, I'm
supposed
changing
to.
it now. It's
So
a
they had our
separate.
commercial break at about 17 minutes. We're
No,
at
I know, but you said this
19
podcast,
minutes right
Pittsburgh and
now,
Vegas, but then you
19 minutes
changed
where
it.
they had for the
You
break.
you changed
When
your
we come
answer
back,
to
we're not
what
smart,
you
talk,
think would
maybe
be more
Daniel will
likely,
crack a swear word.
right?
He hasn't
Yeah,
yet.
But we don't have any
That's
definitive answer on
told
here.
him,
I
make
thought
sure
we
you
did,
Don't swear.
but apparently
On this
We both look
podcast,
like
on the air.
assholes. And we wasted your time.
and we're assholes. So sorry, but you know, I'll go through it later, double check. But yeah, I don't think there's any definitive proof. We're both fucking stupid. But anyways, please keep listening. Come on, it can't be that bad. What else are you doing? Picking your nose? scratching your butt, like just freaking
Stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Sitting at home on the toilet with your laptop. If that's what you're doing, it's a little weird, bro. Like,
Do you need a hand wipe? Let me know.
oh Lord. Okay, I keep tripping up in the carpet. What else we got here, man? Come on, like we can.
Well, is Brad Marchand as dirty as he seems to be?
Are you, Brad? Are you that bad of a guy, Brad? On the ice, you're a fucking idiot. You're talented. You have talent through the roof. So why are you such an asshole? Why do you have to be a pest? Why do you have
It
to?
works for him.
But why do you have to be so fucking dirty about it? You love giving your money away to the players' fund for all your fines. Like I don't understand. You could be a great player without being a dirty little asshole. So why? Why does he do that?
Because he can.
But what's the end game with that? Like what's that going to do for him other than get him suspended?
Maybe that's what he wants.
Like
You don't know.
you may draw the no. I
know.
don't want to fucking know him. He's from Nova Scotia, but he doesn't act like it. Not on the ice, he doesn't. Anyways, he says he hates
you know.
Thomas Plekanec. Does Plekanec look dirty to you?
No.
Guy hardly even fucking knows he's on the ice. No offense, Tomas or whatever, however you say your name, but good penalty killer, good face-off man. But oh my god, I haven't even seen him get close to goals. So, but yeah, he's not dirty. Like, come on, Brad, you don't get much dirtier than you, or like.
You know that if
Yes.
we had him on our team, you'd love him.
Some degrees, I would
yeah.
love the production. I would love him, like, if he's drawing penalties, fine. Because I loved when Kadri was playing with a chip on his shoulder, but he still wasn't as dirty as that. He wasn't intentionally going to try to hurt people, or so that's what Marchand does. And that's what pisses me off.
But you also got to
You don't
remember,
have to
he's
injure
also
guys.
he's a player from past, and when I say that, I mean like he's from an NHL where you could play rough. You could play. I'm sorry to say it, but you weren't playing against pussies. People who are afraid to get hit and they're only focusing on shooting and scoring. I miss good old fights. I miss good old hits.
All I heard from that was he was, oh, Brad, oh, Bradley.
No, that's not what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Marchand.
You're telling me you don't miss
If
the
you
good
put
old
us out
hockey
in the
fights.
playoffs, I'm going for Boston. That's what I heard.
That is not what I
I
said.
fucking hope not, because that's not good. That's poor
The
sports.
only black and yellow I like is Batman. That's it.
Batman's not real, but okay. I get what you're saying. Superman's not real either, so I can't say
Yeah,
much.
I was gonna say, Mr. Superman.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's my cell phone. Yeah, we're nerds too. We're fucking at all kinds of shit. But anyways, yeah, I think he's a little prick. Yeah, it does work for him, but honestly, I don't get where that started and why he thought, okay, I'm super talented. I'm one of the most highly
he's
skilled
from-
guys on the Boston Bruins.
He's from a game of the past.
But not everybody was dirty back then. No doubt it was rougher game. So what you're telling me, so if I'm getting it correct, I think I understand what you're saying. Back then, a guy his stature, he had
a rougher game. He had to.
He was a lot
And now
smaller
he
than everyone,
is
right?
in a game where he doesn't have to,
He just does it because he can.
and he just does it because he can. And he's probably one of the good old boys that just, it's hockey. You play
Yeah.
rough. You score goals.
He plays dirty though. Like it's not just rough. It's rough
Okay,
and
I'm
dirty.
not saying that he's
but-
not dirty, but I'm just saying he's from an era where
Oh,
you had to play
Brad.
rough.
No. But yeah, anyways, I get what you're saying. Like, I mean, when he came into the league, big bodies, enforcers, all that stuff, they were around.
Yeah.
So he had to be aggressive. He
Look
had
when
to
he
be
stands beside
scrappy.
Chara.
He had to piss people off. He had to, he had to do that. He had to play that way. He had to play with that chip on his shoulder. Unfortunately, the chip is super glued and it's never fucking coming off.
No, it's
But
not
like
going
you
off.
said, that's part of the old school hockey where he began his NHL career.
Yeah.
So it's worked for him, and
different era.
now it's more. He doesn't have to do it. He's a great skill and talent. Can score whenever he wants. As much as I hate the little prick, he's great.
But you'd know him if he was on the league.
Oh, if he's on the leash, fucking right. But I don't like these antics, like even like what Sean Avery used to do. Sean Avery's not even in the league anymore because of what he did. But him, it
Good
was
old
more
Sean
stupid.
Avery.
He wasn't highly skilled like
well,
Marchand.
Yeah, well, look what he did with the
He was more
brother.
like, oh my God, Marty, I'm never gonna win a cup, Marty. You're not in the league anymore, Sean. So, whatever. You may have banged Alicia Cuthbert, or so it looked like, before Dion got to her, but props on that if you did. Props on that for you too, Dion. That's the only time I ever fucking complimenting you. So anyways, she is great. I love her in the ranch. Anyways, let's go back to hockey. Getting a little distracted here. What else we got, man? What else? You got the paper? Tell me what else you want to talk about.
Well, we're going to have to get to a little serious note here about good old Captain Carlson there and his loss that he just went through.
So, for what happened, for those who don't know, like I know we've discussed it before the show, and we have somewhat of an understanding of what happened just based on the information available. So,
Well, he lost his child. And it's a hard thing to talk about, but, you know.
well,
Do you think he'll come back?
honestly, I think he may want to as maybe as a distraction, but if he was smart, I mean, be there for your wife, be there for one another. Don't rush back if you don't have to. I'm sure the
I say don't come
organization will
back.
understand.
Like, you're a great player.
What's on the line now? There's no playoffs, so
Yeah, I say don't come back. Take your time.
families first,
Yeah.
always first, even above hockey. We love hockey, but that situation, if anything happened to us like that, you think we'd be thinking about playing hockey?
No.
No, there's
And
not
it's
a
a horrible
chance.
thing to think about. And
like,
it's
yeah,
sad.
his son wasn't born yet, like when he died. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, that doesn't change the
It's still a
fact.
hard thing.
Doesn't change the fact that you haven't met them yet, but you were still, the anticipation was there. You were waiting. Your wife was going through so much, her body and everything. There was so much to look forward to, so much hope, and then you lose that little part of your life that you didn't get a chance to experience how great they would have been. I'm getting
Yeah.
goosebumps even talking about that right now. But
Well, it's
like
because we got little ones ourselves.
yeah, I mean, I have a 6-year-old.
I got a 7-year-old and one that's turning 1 next month.
So yeah, I mean,
And I almost lost my boy when he was 2 weeks old. So I can relate. It's hard. I say take the time. Don't rush yourself back. Be there for your family. Be there for your wife.
and your son, what he had bacterial meningitis, was that
Yes.
what it was?
So the doctors had administrated the antibiotics to his mother 14 hours before she gave labor, when it was only supposed to be 4 hours before labor. He contracted meningitis, or strep B, or whatever it was called, that turned into meningitis, and 2 weeks old, had to rush him back to the hospital, and almost lost him. Little man went through a spinal tap at 2 weeks old.
And explain just a little bit. We're not going to get into too much graphic details. We just want to prove the point that, life can be scary outside of hockey. Like, there are more important things going on outside the hockey world, and we understand that. And meanwhile, we joke around and we kind of get like bug each other, swear, whatever. But we can still be serious. We can still talk about everyday things and relate that to the hockey world. And unfortunately, due to Carlson's situation with him and his wife and losing their baby boy before he was even, born into the world, it's tough. And just explain what happened that night for you. I remember what happened. I remember you calling me and in tears. And
Well, Raiden, that's my son's name, Raiden. He had a little cry fit, and he was having a hard time breathing. It was very choppy, and I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, but like I was told, just leave him be, let him go to sleep, and we'll check on him in the morning, and we'll go from there. And it was my first kid. I couldn't go to sleep, and like my child wasn't feeling good, and so I sat up. I sat beside his bassinet, and I was rubbing his belly, trying to help him calm down, because like his breathing was still very choppy, and to me it sounded like he stopped breathing. So at the time I was renting a basement apartment with my parents upstairs, so I actually scooped him up. I went upstairs to see my mom, and he actually stopped breathing in her arms. So she kicked my dad out of bed and was like, we got to go to the hospital right now. I ran downstairs. I got his car seat. I got everything that he needed, like this health card and everything. We went to the hospital, and again he stopped breathing. They brought him back. He puked out this like mucusy, like clear mucus with like blueberries. It was weird to see. Like it was more than more that you expected out of a little baby to come out. Stop breathing again. They strapped him up, put him in the back of the ambulance, and then we rushed him to another hospital out here in Oshawa, and stopped breathing when we got here. But they brought him back. They got him calmed down. They opened up his airways and got him breathing. And then once the blood test came back, they said meningitis, and we're lucky that we brought him in, because if we didn't and we waited, he wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, he probably, you would have been lucky if he even made it through the night.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's-
exactly what they said. Like, if we didn't rush him to the hospital when we did, he, like, if I had gone to bed, he would have stopped breathing in his bassinet, and when I woke up, he wouldn't have been with us.
And you wouldn't be one of many lucky parents that
Very lucky.
have their firstborn around. I mean, are able to enjoy that time with them, and look at all the things you guys have gone through, and you guys have all the great times you've had together.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very fortunate considering what happened. So, unfortunately for Eric and his wife, Melinda, I believe her name is, unfortunately for them and the Carlson family, anyone involved, they don't have that opportunity now, and they didn't even get to meet the poor little guy. God rest his soul. And but we're gonna head to a break on that note. But we just want to extend our condolences, our sincere condolences and best wishes, rather, to the
Our-
Carlson family.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Yeah! Woo! More! Let's have some more!